first discussion today will be on concept of information technology. Yeah, by the way, I'm just coming from outside, COVID time. So I believe you are using your hand sanitizer when you touch things or you wash properly. Now, the concept of information technology. We'll be looking at the definition of terms, then we'll look at the history of IT. The concept of information technology. Library and information science, which we call LIS, education, completed a decade of 21st century. In this era, most of the changes in society are due to emergence and advancement in information technology, which we call IT. So as a result, this course will focus on the historical perspective, and we're going to see the present understanding of ICT. Then we also see the impact of the future discourse in relation to LIS education. I know I've given you the course notes earlier, and some introduction are there, so you can study that. As we know that the rapid development in the field of IT taking place in the last 3 decades could be easily related to the widespread of computers, to the advancement in information technologies, and also we can also see how this affects the classroom tools for locating, for applying knowledge in varieties of contexts. Thus, it is quite evident to notice the changes that has come along with development of IT. Its influence on certain discipline, even not certain discipline, all disciplines, all areas of life are affected by IT. And our discipline, library and information science, is not excluded. LIS, as a result, what we have now, we have some certain subjects that were once considered as very, very important part of library and information science, and now they are no longer effective. We don't use them again. They've lost, or they are losing their importance. Example, we have some ways in the library in the olden days whereby we do cataloging, we call it traditional cataloging, card system and so on. Though you still do a course on cataloging here. And there are some aspects there, they are no longer useful because of the advancements in technology. So as a result, even look at what you do. Generally, everything we used to do in the olden days. Some of you may be young anyway. Even as you are young, there's some things you do. You know that it was done before, but now ICT has led to its advancement. Let me give you an example: buying things, marketing, shopping. Strictly, I know when I was growing up, strictly, I've never seen whereby somebody will sit on a computer. Do you even have a computer at that time? Or stay somewhere and you order for your products. Nowadays, you can be in your house and you get everything you need. You order for your products online. We have sites like Jumia and so on. Even look at in the library. Though you are new in the library science, but I know from your secondary school you have libraries. That time also we still go to the library. Some schools it's not advanced in such a way that you have a kind of e-library. But nowadays, you can be in your room. If I give you an assignment, you don't need even to go to the library to get what you need. We have a lot of resources online, e-libraries, whereby you can get to what you need. So what we are saying in essence is this: for this reason, many library science schools made IT curricula a priority in order to transform student learning methodology and increase global perspective with latest development in LIS. If you are in library school and you are not exposed to IT, I don't know what you want to do outside after graduating. That's the reason why this course is very compulsory. It's not an optional. It's compulsory. You attend this course and you pass it. And it is because without IT, you cannot achieve. You can achieve nothing, in our profession today. So we see the impact. The impact of IT is so huge that it is not a matter of choice anymore for the LIS professionals to opt IT in LIS. No, it's not a matter of optional. So, but it is mandatory for the survivor owing to the increasing pressure in the changing time. If there's nothing you want to do, if you don't know about IT, how do you want to achieve that? As simple as going to the bank and collect money. If you're not IT literate now, you cannot do that. Religious worship, places, as a church or mosques, at least use IT. You see projector in the church, you see people coming with e-book, e-Bible, e-Quran, and so on. LIS has evolved to such an extent that it can easily be justified. The fifth law of library science, which was propounded by a scholar called Dr. S.R. Raghunathan. I want to believe that in some part of this course, other courses in LIS, you must have heard about the Raghunathan theory, the law of library science. The fifth law says that library is a growing organism. That is, library is growing. As a result, our curriculum is not static. We change curriculum from time to time based on what is happening, around. Even with ICT now, what I learned in library school about 20 years ago is not what I'm teaching you now, because advancement has come. So if you are a professional and you want to stay where you are for life, you lose touch and you'll not be relevant again. So what are these law of Raghunathan? There are 5. Anyways, you should do this one in Introduction of Library Science, to Library Science. There are 5. The theories are 5. And this theory was developed in 1932. And the theories are, number 1, it says that books are for use. Every reader is a book. Every book is reader. And it talks about, it says that save the time of users. And the 5th one says that the library must be a growing organism. In the sense that you cannot say that because you have these books, these words you're going to have forever. It's developing, it's growing. You are buying more and more. Now, in terms of services also, the technology, we can see that library also is growing in many aspects. So that 5th law is relevant to what we are into now, which is the introduction of IT to library science. It is concluded that the 5th law of Raghunathan, which is the 5th law of library science, tells us about the last vital characteristics of the web and emphasized the need for a constant adjustment of our outlook and dealing with IT. So IT is very important. We need to increase on that. We need to learn more. So the 5th law recognizes the growth that will certainly occur, or that is certainly occurring now and must be planned for. We have the growth now. As I'm teaching you now, by the time you are graduating after 4 years or after 3 years, what I'm teaching you may be outdated. As a result, as a student, you also need to grow. You must be a growing organism to be learning new things, especially in the area of ICT. As we are discussing, we are going to look at some terms. We do that definition step by step to the bigger one. Now, the first one we want to look at is data. Some call it data, or you can call it data. It depends. So the both pronunciation are correct. But I will say data here. Data can be seen as facts, or can be seen as statistics collected together for reference or for analysis. That's one. It has different definitions, and they're all made of the same thing. Data can be defined as symbol or a set of symbol to which meaning can be attached, or which can be processed and evaluated. And another definition says data can be defined as a form, or it could be a form of number, it could be a text or image, graphs or voice. We can say data can be seen as a symbol, or a set of symbol which meaning can be attached. I mentioned that earlier. Let me give you an example. When you see a symbol, a naira symbol, naira symbol like this, and a dollar symbol. So, and they you just put, and you have a figure. Let's say somebody just wrote 100, for example. Without that symbol, it just means nothing. You may not understand 100 what. But by adding a symbol, either you add naira, naira symbol as you see here, or you had the other one, which is the dollar symbol. So these symbols gives meaning to that the figure you've written. And if I now tell you pick one out of the two, I put 100 and I put naira symbol. 100 I put dollar symbol. Pick one. Which one you prefer? I know many of you would like to go for the dollar symbol, because that dollar is far bigger than the naira. $100 is about 360 or 370. It depends now, because of this COVID now. It's becoming higher now. And 100 is just 360 naira. So you like to go for the bigger one. So I'm just telling you how when you put meaning into a data, it gives you a meaning. So that's one. As we go on, let's look at definition of information. If I ask you, I wish we are in a physical class, but how would you define information? What is information? Well, we are not here to answer, but just have it. There's no single universal definition of information, and this led to the problem associated with the definition. The problem further compounded by the fact that information is a category word, e.g., you can say agricultural information, you can say health information, financial information. Nevertheless, information can still be defined from several points of view, and the one that is very important and relevant to this IT we are talking about is when we define information, we refer to data. Thus, information is data to which meaning has been attached, or data that can be processed and evaluated. So when you have a data, as I gave you illustration, the data is just the raw data, the symbol is there, this symbol is there, the figure is there, but adding the another symbol, and you are able to attach meaning. So it has given you the definition of what I'm talking about, the information that's turned to information. And again, as we said, information is associated with data, and as we know, data represents value attributed to parameters, and information is data in context and with meaning attached. Information also relates to knowledge. You can say information, the knowledge you've got, as knowledge signifies understanding of an abstract or concrete concept. So as our LI students, dig deep. You can just go online. Let's look at different definitions, how you want to define information. Now, as we go on, the other definition that is in line with where we are going, which is IT, information technology, is technology. So we have looked at data and how data is related to information itself. Now, what is technology? When we say technology, technology refers to the tangible. When we say tangible, we mean the physical components, the machines and devices, and the intangible. When we say intangible, is a process, you cannot see it. Process, the knowledge, the skills, and the procedures. Resources for making, for using, and for doing things. It's simple. Technology. Let me just give you a simple technology as possible. Now to light, to get fire. You can use stone. It's a form of technology. It may be an archaic technology whereby you use stones to ignite lights, to ignite fire. But now, based on technology now, there's technology of using even matches, that produces light. Beyond that, we have lighter. It advances. Now, we don't even use lighter again. When you have a gas cooker at home, just put it on like this, switch it on, and there'll be fire. So technology, that's something that allows you to do things. Now, let's say movement, for example. Look at in the olden days, before the advent of technology, they used horses, they used camel, they used donkey for movement. Now, we have vehicle. Can you compare the vehicle or the car of 1982 to what we have now? Yeah, all this kind of truck you see, with the latest car that our senators bought in Abuja. The kind of technology is different. From manual we go to automatic. Even beyond that now, we have keyless cars. That's technology. It's improving. As I said now, is that technology, it refers to tangible and intangible resources of making or of using or of doing things. And as I say, tangible, we're talking about the physical components, the machine, what you can touch really, and devices. While intangible is talking about the process, the software, the knowledge, the skills that produce that things you want to do. So that is a technology. It is the application of scientific knowledge to industries' processes. Now let's look at it together, the IT, which is information technology. IT, it stands for what? Information technology. And it's a combination of two words, as we mentioned, information and technology, and we have given those definitions above. And from the meaning, as the technology that is used to treat information, such as technology based on the airlines now, technology that we can use for the acquisition of information, technology that can be used for processing of information, storage and dissemination of vocal, pictorial, textual, and numerical information. Now, why is this very important to us? The basic work of librarians, which you are planning to become, is to give information. And how do we give information? We acquire that information, we process information, we store information, and we disseminate information. So now, when you now apply technology into these processes, we now have ICT, information technology. So that is information technology, the machine or the technology that allows the acquisition, allow the processing, the storage, and dissemination of vocal, pictorial, which is multimedia anyway. So now, IT, information technology, also refers to anything related to computing, such as networking, hardware, software, the internet, and the people that work with the technology. So technology, it refers to not only the technology itself. We break it down now. We can say networking, we have hardware, we have software, we have the internet itself, and we have the people, because technology cannot do work on its own. You need people to operate that technology. So people that works with this technology are also very important when we're talking about information technology. We move on, and we can see more definitions of IT based on literature. There's one says that IT is the means by which science is used in collection, in storage, in processing, and movement of information. Let's read that. Another term that is generally used in LIs to represent IT is information and communication technology. Yeah, I know you'll be looking at what's the difference between IT, ICT, and so on. They are all related, and we use them, interchangeably anyway. So ICT. So ICT can be seen as the use and the application of computers, telecommunications, and microelectronics in the acquisition, in the storage, retrieval, transfer, and dissemination of information. Let me come again. ICT can be seen as the use and the application of computers, telecommunication, microelectronics in the acquisition, storage, retrieval, transfer, and dissemination of information. You can see from all the definition we have been given, some things, some words, they appear in all this definition. Looking at acquisition, acquiring of information, storage, looking at retrieval, looking at transfer of information, and dissemination. When you acquire information, it is not complete, until that information gets to the final consumer, which is you transmit or you disseminate that information. We still have another definition. This one just on IT. IT permits, you can see, the dissemination of information of greater value effectively and efficiently to the world at large through number of media. This one is looking at IT in the eyes of multimedia, and also in the eyes of networking and the internet, bringing it out. It's saying that, it's information, dissemination of information in a greater value in terms of the quality, in terms of the size of that information, efficiently to the world beyond where you are now. For example, what we are doing now is IT. I'm far away from where you are. Because of the COVID lockdown, which we can also call the coronavirus lockdown, I'm here and I'm recording my message, and I'm able to transmit it to the world. The world is saying that wherever you are, even if you're not in the shore of Nigeria now, you can still watch this video and understand what I'm saying. So that is technology for you. So, and there's an example of this. Example is, e.g., we have computer databases, we have internet services, we have online information retrieval, then we have the CD drive, we have cloud computing. All these forms what we're talking about. Social media use, and so on and so forth like that. Of IT, some of the things that we can call IT. You heard about robotic, video text, cable television. And I know you know cable television. Most of you enjoy watching DSTV, GoTV, and so on. Talking about electronic email. Is there anybody here that will say he has never used email? And I know by joining Edmodo, you must have used an email. Electronic games, automated office equipment. The information industry consists of all computers. It consists of communication, electronic related organizations, including hardware, software services. IT results in rapid and information mobility, as well as it improves integrity of information, reliability of information, and a quick access to information. Thank you.